Another Jurassic movie, another remote island, and another shady company thinking that mutated dinosaurs are a good idea. Jurassic World Rebirth drops in theaters on July 2nd, and I've got thoughts. Set 5 years after Dominion, the world's moved on, but a pharmaceutical company isn't done playing with dino DNA. They send a team to a remote island that kind of reminds me of Skull Island to extract genetic material from some of the biggest dinosaurs still alive. Naturally, things go sideways when mutated dinos, a shipwrecked family, and shady corporate motives all collide because, of course, they do. Let's start with what this movie gets right. First off, the action sequences are solid. The action sequence involving the Mosasaurus, which is huge, attacking a boat is super fun. There's also a sequence with a water raft involving a T-Rex that's also nice and suspenseful, and it's kind of a callback to the original raft sequence that was cut out from the 1993 Jurassic Park that then got turned into a Universal Studios ride. So it kind of brings that Universal Studios ride into the actual cinematic scape, which is really fun. Visually, this movie looks great. There's a return to that classic man versus nature aesthetic, jungle cliffs, ocean, base camps tucked away in dense greenery. The director of this movie, Gareth really leans into that monster movie feel more than the past couple of entries did, which is what he is great at. It also has more horror elements that the last few installments didn't quite nail, which I think is a plus. When it comes to the close encounters with the dinosaurs, they really leaned on animatronics and practical effects, so those scenes look really good. Whenever you get the wider shots and the large-scale action, the CGI is a bit more obvious, but not too terrible, and overall, holistically, the dinosaurs look really good in this movie. Jonathan Bailey, who plays the lead scientist, was honestly the heart of this movie. He's the one character that felt fully formed. Everyone else ranged from fine to stereotypical, but Bailey brought some emotional gravity to scenes that would have otherwise felt hollow. And of course, the Jurassic theme, when it kicks in, always makes you smile, even if this movie isn't able to really capture the magic of that theme itself. John Williams' classic is still a classic. Now, getting into the issues, this movie is exactly what you would expect. If you are here for dino mayhem, then this movie delivers. It has a fun popcorn thriller pacing to it, and overall, if you're looking for a classic summer blockbuster that hits all the right beats, then you will be thoroughly entertained. However, if you're a Jurassic franchise nerd, you might be disappointed this movie offers nothing bold, nothing new, nothing you have not seen before done better. The core group of characters that we follow, including Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali, are fine. But like I said, I think Jonathan Bailey's character brings more soul to the movie than anyone. There's also a classic corporate villain that's also just okay. Then there's this family subplot involving this shipwrecked dad and his two daughters and one of the daughter's boyfriends, and really none of these characters are that interesting. They also try to inject a arc somewhat between the father and the boyfriend because the boyfriend is so unlikable, and they try to have this dynamic where the father starts to respect him, but it ends up not making a lot of sense because the boyfriend hardly does anything to even be that likable. So a lot of it just doesn't totally work. And then also they forcibly place in a baby dinosaur like it's baby Yoda, essentially just trying to sell merch, I guess. And it'd be one thing if the baby dinosaur was actually cool and had something cool to do with the story, but it's just there. The script feels more like a setup for set pieces than a compelling story. The island feels less like an unpredictable wilderness and more like a theme park map, like these key dinosaur zones are conveniently placed to accomplish their video game mission. There's also a lot of logic that's just thrown out the window. And granted, when you go to a Jurassic movie, you know going into it that you're gonna have to suspend your disbelief. But this movie kind of cut too many corners with the logic in a lot of instances that it actually did bother me. Jurassic World Rebirth is a better movie than Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. It dials back the melodrama, it simplifies the plot, and it delivers on action and spectacle. But it also doesn't take any risks. The characters are undercooked, the story's pretty generic, and once the credits roll, there's very little to walk away with besides, that looked cool. So, if you're a casual fan, you will probably enjoy it and it will be giving. But if you're a big Jurassic fan, you might find that this was a missed opportunity to evolve the franchise again.
Bravo!
If you're not already, be sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I post even more short form, informal content on there that does not get posted to my YouTube channel. And while you're here, be sure to drop in the comments what your favorite Jurassic movie is that's not the original Jurassic Park. So I'll catch you next time for more Real Talk.